listeners, welcome back to another episode of Let's Think Green, an environmental podcast for Gen Z. I'm your host, Ria, and today we'll be busting an environmental myth. Here is the myth. One person's actions are not enough to help the environmental crisis. So even if I do something, it won't really matter. If you feel this way, I totally empathize. The environmental crisis issue seems like such a big issue, so it can feel so discouraging to think like, oh, if I do one thing, then will it really make a difference in the grand scheme of things? Well, don't be discouraged because yes, it actually does. And I have a few reasons, like specific concrete reasons as to why your actions really do matter. The first reason is that the individual carbon footprint is huge. The average American has a carbon footprint of 16 tons, which is the weight of almost 11 cars. So by making simple changes to your lifestyle, such as avoiding polyester, buying things only when you need them, doing simple things like that will make a difference because it will lower your individual carbon footprint. Now you may be thinking, in a world of millions and billions of people, will that really matter if my carbon footprint goes down? Yes, because that is less carbon that is going into the atmosphere. And we're at the point where temperature-wise, even half a degree matters. So do whatever you can to lower your carbon footprint, to reduce your environmental impact on the world, because it will matter. The second reason is that people tend to mimic the behavior of people around them. There's a term for this, social contagion. This happens because people are social. I'm sure you realized this when you were stuck in your house for 10 months because of COVID. People want to be accepted by the people around them, so they will follow their behavior. This means that in your friend group, if you are making an effort to be sustainable, that might encourage somebody else to be like, hey, I want to be like you. I want to be sustainable. I want to vibe with you. So it's more than just that people will be inspired by your actions, but there's a scientific that yes, people will actually follow what you're doing. If you're taking environmental actions but you feel like you're the only one, well, you're not. Go follow Mandu.community on Instagram, where you can see other young people like you doing things for the environment. It's a great source of encouragement just to see that other people are doing things too, that you're not the only one. The Instagram account is Mandu.community. I'll be sure to tag them on our account at Let's Think Green Podcast so you can find them. That wraps up this Mythbusters. I hope this was helpful to you, provided you with some much needed encouragement to keep going, keep making your lifestyle more sustainable, and encouraging the people around you to make their lifestyles more sustainable. If this episode inspired you, then share it with a friend and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It helps people like you find our podcast. And I'll see all of you soon. Bye. Let's think green.